Hey everyone, you already know what time it is. We're going to be doing a reading. The cards, the decks that I'm using today, it's a very interesting choices, to say the least. I feel like they're all these are very, very, very different from like one another. At least to me, they are. And two of these decks I actually haven't used in a very, very long time. But the other two I did just recently use them in one of the readings. Okay. So we're going to start off. This is the Oracle of Visions. We're going to get a theme from this deck. This is one of the decks that I haven't used in a very long time. This is what the back looks like. These are like the front. So we're just gonna go ahead and we're gonna get a theme from this deck. So what is the theme for the reading today? What is the theme for the reading? We have the number 18, and I'm going to read this one from the book. Okay, so 18. So the card is nurturing, taking care of others. When you are a mother, you are never really alone in your thoughts. A mother always has to think twice, once for herself and once for her child. This card may represent the nurturing nature of a mother embracing her child, a teacher guiding his student, or a master training his apprentice. Each balances the desire to protect and provide direction to those under his or her care, with the need to also allow room for personal growth. Yes. We can prepare them, inform them, advise them, but eventually there will come the moment when we will need to resist the impulse to reach out and instead must let them fall. When they rise again of their own accord, we can take comfort in knowing that we taught them well. I think too, this is kind of like this energy of it, like, to me, it kind of relates to fear in a sense, right? Like, so for instance, with a child, let's say, we're at the park with our kid and they end up falling. Most of the time, yes, the kid is going to react one or two ways. They're either going to just keep on going and playing, or they're going to cry. Now, a lot of the times though, when a child gets hurt, and I've witnessed this, with several people, is that the parents will start to freak out. Oh my God, are you okay? And, just the energy that the parent is giving out, that child can feel that, right? That child ends up absorbing it, because I don't know if you guys are familiar with this, but children are sponges from the day they're in the womb up until the age of 7. So they're always absorbing everything around their environment. So we as parents play a very critical role in how our children grow up. A lot of parents don't want to take accountability for that. That's fine, that's their own journey. But, this is saying, like, there comes a point where, yes, we do need to nurture others, but there's also a point where we also need to bring that nurturing back into ourselves. Some of you guys may be wearing some sort of mask still, okay? Because if you can see, she has a mask. So you guys could be still wearing some sort of mask, okay, not being true to yourself. Some of you guys need to do inner child healing as well, nurturing that inner child, loving that inner child, reparenting yourself. Because we can't force somebody else to treat us. Okay, so especially like our parents, you know, we can't force them to treat us a certain way if they don't have that capability. So instead of looking for that validation, looking for that nurturing outside of yourself, bring that energy back into you. How can you nurture yourself? You know, what did you like to do as a child? How can you talk to yourself in a way that isn't detrimental to your health, your mental health, your emotional health, you know, your spiritual, your physical health? This is all about breaking the cycle. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to be using, I don't know why I'm saying all the cards I'm using, but this is an Archangel Power Tarot deck. The Archangels wanted to come out. So what more can you tell me about this energy? Oh my goodness. What else can you tell me about this energy? Do we want all these? I don't want all of them. I actually just genuinely want one. Now they're being stubborn. There we go. Okay. Man, the Emperor has been coming out a lot lately. So we have stability and efficiency, taking charge of a situation, ambitious plans. And this, the Emperor is ruled by Archangel Uriel. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Raphael. Excuse me. This is the Six of Cups. Embrace your inner child. New friendships or rekindled relationships. Children or childhood, yeah. Like I said, this is definitely more so of an inner child healing reading. This is the Six of Raphael. So maybe in our childhood, whether it's feminine, masculine, maybe there was somebody in our childhood who was very unstable when it came to their emotions. So for instance, this person could have lashed out in anger, could have been very controlling, very manipulative as well. Whatever this is too, it was like unmet needs. And I think that this energy kind of came out in one of my other readings. I can't remember which one it was. There's something here. It was almost like when we tried to express ourselves, we were kind of pushed to the side. And it made it feel like we didn't matter. And now as adults, you may be somebody who bottles up their emotions, right, rather than speaking about it. I know that I'm like that, and trust me, it's not just something that you get over like that. I don't care what anybody says. At least for my journey, it's taken me a lot of work to use my voice to express myself, obviously in a, not in an unhealthy manner, but even when I do try to express my needs, like my voice still shakes because of the fear that is still there. You know what I mean? So you guys could possibly be experiencing something like that, to where you feel like, you're just so scared to use your voice to express what you need. So instead of not expressing that, you bottle it up, and then something just makes you just tick one day, and you just have all of these emotions coming out, and then you know, kind of when you start to calm down, it's almost like, well, where did all this come from? And it's because you weren't able to express yourself when you were a child. So this is something that's coming back around for you guys. Let's see what else. And I'm not very familiar with what Archangel Uriel does, but I do know that Archangel Raphael, he helps with the emotional and mental healing and physical. He's just, you know, the healer. But I would definitely, you know, if you guys do work with, like, you know, beings and stuff, I think that a lot of us don't really realize that we're always surrounded. We always have, you know, a support system around us, whether you can see them or not. It's just all about asking for that help, you know. It's all about asking for that help. And yeah, just taking the time to ask for that help, because we have free will, which means that they cannot intervene unless you ask them to, unless you ask for their help. What else can you tell me about the Emperor and the Six of Raphael? Some of you guys could benefit from spending some time outside, spending some time by the water. The water is very, very healing as well. Even just communicating with the water, spending some time out with trees as well. Trees are very, very healing as well. I know that when I was like very deep into my healing and I would get very, very overwhelmed, I would go outside and I would either hug a tree or touch a tree, even just, you know, sit down and talk to the tree, and I genuinely felt so much better. And I've even received like telepathic messages from the trees, you know, telling me about how certain situations were going to play out, and they were always right. So, and that's the thing though, is that people don't realize that, you know, nature is alive. Nature has consciousness, you know. So going out and, you know, just communicating with it, at least for me, you know, it helps me. It alleviated a lot of things that I was carrying. And I'm not saying that it healed me, but it definitely alleviated a lot of things that I was carrying, whether it was mentally, emotionally, spiritually, physically. So we have the Queen of Gabriel, which is passionate, charming, brilliant, and independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. So the word that's really sticking out to me is independent. You guys may have become like very independent to a point where you don't like asking for help. You don't like receiving help. But then it's like this energy of like, why doesn't anybody help me? Let's say you're a parent, right? Let's say you're the parent that is constantly cleaning, doing the laundry, you know, taking care of the kids, and your partner doesn't really do much. Are you one of those people who has actually asked for help, or are you expecting for the other person to just read your mind and do what, you know, you feel like they should be doing? Because remember, a lot of us grew up differently, okay? A lot of us didn't have the same kind of childhood, so we have to keep that in mind too. We have to learn how to communicate. We need to learn how to express our needs. We need to learn how to be okay with receiving help without feeling shameful. We have the Two of Gabriel. Make bold and ambitious choices. Great progress is possible. Important relationships with people who share your vision. And then we also have the Five of Michael. This situation doesn't serve you. Release your attachment to the outcome. Consider taking a more uplifting approach. I love this. Because now Now, as an adult, you have the possibility and the choice to heal, right? We know that these behaviors don't serve us. Maybe, you know, they're playing out in a relationship, in a friendship, and, you know, whatever, in our daily lives. And we're starting to realize, like, you know what, like this just isn't working for us anymore. So now it's up to us to do that healing, to really go within. Shadow work. Because we are aware that this situation, this behavioral issue is not serving us any longer. It may have in the past, you know, I know it was a form of protection, you know, trying to protect ourselves. But I mean, how long are we going to keep living like that? You know, so in a sense, it's almost like, what are you going to do about it? Now you have the choice to do something about it. Are you going to make that choice, or are you going to allow yourself to still be stuck in this energy of feeling like you can't express yourself? And I know it can be so scary. Trust me, I have been here before. But it's taken me, my own work, to get to a point where I can express myself. And I do still express myself sometimes in an unhealthy way. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I'm perfect. Absolutely not. But I've also become aware when it's happening so I can stop myself. And I've also become aware of who I can talk to about the things that I need. You know, there's some people that I can express my emotional needs to, and then there's others that I just simply cannot because they're not quite there yet. And that's perfectly fine. That just shows me where I need to put boundaries up with those people. So it's a work. You know, this is a work in progress, but it's definitely possible. And I think too, as human beings, we want that instant gratification. We want it now. We want to be healed now. That's not how it works. Because you're learning how to rewire your brain. You know, you're working with your nervous system, your parasympathetic system as well. I might be saying that wrong. You know, but there's a lot of things that are changing. So it's not just going to happen like that. It's something, you know, as human beings, we operate from habit. So it's something that you need to make a habit. It's something that you need to work on consistently every single day. Start off small. You know, you don't have to make all these big choices. No, because then that's going to end up overwhelming you to the point where you're not going to want to do anything. So start off small. Make small choices. Let's get a card from here. So what is some guidance? Ooh, I love this so much. Okay, we have the Wheel of Fortune, which is fate. Okay. Oops. And then we have astrology, which is destiny. And I don't know if you guys remember, but in one of my videos, I talked about the difference between fate and destiny. Fate is something like it's meant to happen, okay? It's going to happen no matter what because it was already written long before. Destiny is all about the choices that you choose to make. So yes, some things are fated, right? Some things are meant to happen, but it's the choices that we choose to make after these experiences happen to us. So it's almost like, in a sense, you know, we can keep reliving these experiences, or we can make the choice to see them differently and to experience them differently, to see things differently. Ooh, that's a real good one. And then look, you guys, we have Candle, which is illumination. You know, it's all about illuminating the darkness. I'm actually going to show you guys a painting. I'm not a painter, okay? But I do paint when I feel like I need to release things. I just finished this today. Look at that. I just finished this today. I had started on this like back in April, I think, and the only thing that I had done was the black, this, and then the yellow, and I just did the whole candle today. And then these are Reiki symbols, okay? So, and this, so this is the Shokurai. This is basically the symbol. It opens doors, okay? It's a very cleansing symbol. There's so much more to it, but I'm not really going to get into them. This is the Seiheki symbol. This is the symbol for emotional and mental healing, detoxification, okay? So my intention was to open the door to go deeper within my emotional and mental health healing. That's why I did this candle, because I'm ready to illuminate more of the darkness. I'm ready to go deeper, because the healing is in layers. And I think that a lot of people kind of get discouraged. It's like, oh, well, I thought I worked through this already. You did, but now you're going to go deeper into it, because the whole point of healing is to get to the root cause of the issue, okay? A lot of people tend to not want to get to that aspect, but in order for true, genuine healing, we have to get to that root issue. And it's going to take some time, because we're going to have to go through a lot of layers. So it's time, you know, to bring in that light into the darkness. It's time to illuminate it. It's time to really look at how we can be different towards ourselves. You know, what do we need to do? What do we need, you know, do we need to be more nurturing? Which is what I'm assuming, because that's the very first card that came out. We have, always do your best, stay in the present moment. Keep your attention on today and stay in the present moment. This is the beginning of a new understanding, a new dream. Yes. Look at the spirals too in these. Yes, heal. But as you're healing, don't let the narrative, don't let the story keep you stuck in the past. Okay? I think a lot of us, we tend to distract ourselves because, you know, we may be overthinkers. You know, we may be replaying certain memories and certain stories. And what does that do? That takes you right back to the past, or it takes you to the future, right? It doesn't truly allow you to be here with yourself. And that's what we want. We want to learn how to stay mindful and in the present moment. So we have another one. Always do your best. Take your life and enjoy it. You are alive, so take your life and enjoy it. You were born with the right to be happy, to love, and to share your love. Just to be, to take a risk and enjoy your life is all that matters. Look at this cat too. I love this so much. Exactly, you know, just be. I think too, so many of us, we want to put a label on what we're going through, what we're experiencing. But again, that keeps you stuck in that same, you know, that same story, that same cycle. It's time to get out of that. Easier said than done, I know. But it's possible. And it starts with the choices you decide to make. So we're going to get one more card, and then we're going to end the reading. I'm going to get one more card from here. One thing too, if you guys are somebody who really overthinks a lot, I would definitely start to write. Just write it all down. Empty your mind. It doesn't matter what you're thinking, you know, how horrible it sounds. Just write. Let it go. Be impeccable with your word. Release the need to be right. When you believe something, you assume you are right, and you may even destroy relationships in order to defend your position. Let go of the need to defend your position. When you believe something, you assume you are right. So let go of the story that you tell yourself, and just be. So that's all I have for you guys today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading, and I hope you guys get something out of it. And I hope that you guys have done something today that makes your heart so incredibly happy. 444. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I hope you guys have a blessed day.